My name's Abby LeBrun, and we are talking about the integumentary system today. So we have kind of two main offshoots of the integumentary system, one being the cutaneous membrane and the other one being accessory parts, accessory structures, if you will. And so the cutaneous membrane has two main sections. We've got the epidermis and the dermis. So I'm going to kind of start from the bottom up. So with the dermis, the bottom layer is the reticular layer. And so that layer is kind of it's a dense, irregular connective tissue, and it's got nerves, it's got blood vessels, hair follicles, all kinds of stuff going on down there. And it also has collagen fibers that kind of branch up into the layer above it, which is the papillary layer, and so it's hard to actually distinguish between the two. So that papillary layer has the collagen fibers, blood vessels, and macrophages, and that is the layer that the epidermis is kind of fused with, and so it kind of stabilizes that epidermis. In the epidermis, we've got on the bottom layer the stratum basal. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but the stratum basal, which is actually a single layer of mostly stem cells, but also some melanocytes as well. And then above that, we have a few layers thick, or a few cell layers thick of similar kind of cells. And that one's the stratum spinosum. And then above that, we have the stratum granulosum, and so that's when the cells start having more thickened membranes. They're flattening out a little bit. More keratin fibers are present, and then above that, in thick skin, we would have the stratum lucidum, which is a kind of a glassy, smooth layer of keratinized cells, and then finally on the top we have the stratum corneum, which is kind of our outer layer of our skin. And so that is actually dead keratinized cells that are interlocked with each other, and they create a fairly waterproof, water-resistant layer of skin. And so that kind of sums that up. Underneath all that, we have a subcutaneous layer, or the hypodermis, which is mostly adipose tissues mixed with some connective, or adipose cells with some connective tissues kind of interwoven there, and that's a very flexible layer of connective tissue underneath everything, and so everything kind of anchors in on each other to create this sandwich. In between all that, we also have the accessory structures, which would include hair follicles, glands, and nails. And then how this relates to my future job, I'm hoping to be an ultrasound technician, so it relates to what I'll be doing because, we're trying to see through the skin layers basically with an ultrasound probe. So I'm not exactly sure scientifically yet how this will relate, but I know for certain that different types of skin will probably be different looking through the transducer probe than other types of skin, or people who have different layers of fat tissue and things like that probably can see differently. Assessing the depth and knowing the density of that tissue you're looking through will make a difference. And I'm a big picture person, so I like to know why things might look different, so it's good to know these things. Thank you.